if you could just take a Pirkei Avos and randomly open it up and just look at any paragraph or any Mishnah in Pirkei Avos, anything that you pick, Aseh Ritzono Keritzoncha, is make Hashem's will like your will. Right? That's who he was.
He built Klal Yisrael in so many ways in this town. One of the ways was he had a shul, and he had a kollel, and he was part of the founding member of the KM, Kosher Miami, which is the Vada Kashrus of Miami. When Rabbi Oziel entered the room, he was always smiling. He was a person that just somehow always was able to smile. Now listen, we know life can be hard. There's some good days, there's some bad days, even there's some good months and bad months. And not everyone walks around with a nice smile on their face. But he did.
I fell in love with him. What really drew me toward him and made our connection, it's his smile. He was always smile and happy. When he looked at you, he gave you a smile that he cares about you. That smile created a real connection, and I'm the only one who's saying that. I'm not the only one. Many of our friends that I know knew Rabbi Oziel. They saying like, it's a man that he smiled to you and he looked at you, he cared about you. Like you feel that he's he's inside of you.
Knowledgeable teacher and rabbi who lived according to the Torah in the most wonderful fashion. Lived it because he loved it, he believed in it, it was his life. He wanted to teach it. And as such, it was impossible to compromise, because that any compromise would have touched the core of his whole being, which is so foreign to it.
He was a very soft man, but at the same time, I guess I could characterize it as a person with an iron fist covered with a velvet glove. When he had to stand up for what was correct and for what was right and what was the proper Torah approach, he did what he had to do.
He really lived the life of Torah, and when he heard like a chiddush, even if it was something maybe he had thought of or hadn't just thought about recently, but if it's like it was new to him now, so it would I don't know, he would have this unbelievable joy about it. Whenever he would hear a chiddush, it would be like you're saying, it would like emphasize it, and yeah, it's very true.
Él era jabruta también del rabino en las mañanas y jabruta mía en las tardes. Entonces él le gustaba compartir también las cosas que nosotros estudiamos con el rabino. Entonces yo tuve muchos vikujim en alajá con el rabino. Él se sentaba después en las tardes con nosotros a decir, a ver si lo que estábamos estudiando, y daba muchas ganas siempre, de verdad.
When I go to Shahid in the morning, he was the first one to be there, like at 6 or 5:30. He came even earlier to study, and sometimes he sent me texts late at night. I mean, it was like he was having like several lives at the same time. So I felt like, in only 42, 43 years, he lived much more than many other in 80, 90, 100 years.
First of all, you respected him for the rabbi that he was, for his knowledge, for, just the look of purity on his face and just who he was, like the way he spoke in front of people, but he was also approachable in a way that most people, even people that are not rabbis, are not.
He was very loving, very generous with his time, with his heart. He would do. There really was no. There's just no limit to what he would do for the people he loved and the people he cared about.
There were many great things that the rabbi said and that the rabbi did that helped me personally grow, which therefore helped my family grow. Because when I would listen to him at a shiur, or when I would be learning with him, I would take down notes. And then I couldn't wait to get home or to have my family together to be able to share it with him, because it was so fantastic, usually what I heard. And even though he always had a smile, I always felt he spoke the truth. And he was very sincere, and he was able to touch the heart.
I asked him, Rabbi, how are you? And he told me, he replied, Baruch HaShem, Mrs. Gigi, from the bottom of his heart. It was very special, Baruch HaShem. It was like that, always joyful, always someone very kind, very sweet, very intelligent, someone very special, very, very special. And I miss him so much, so much.
It's rare to find someone like this. To find someone that you feel everybody loves, because he had no hidden agenda. He was open. What he was, that's what you saw. He wasn't trying to do anything in the back. He didn't have any personal agenda. He was always trying to help someone else, to grow, to make people grow with him.
When he helped you and when he showed his love to you, he was not like doing a chesed project. You know, some people, they do chesed, but it looks like a chesed project. And you feel that way. And thank you very much for your help, but you feel like you're his chesed project. But with Rabbi Oziel, it was no. It was like he's your friend. He's really with you.
He was always, you know, just amazing. Yeah. Anybody who came for Shalom Bayit issues, he was always there, hours after hours, trying to fix and help, and always call and always be there, and not think about, you know, having lunch or drinking or anything like that until he resolved the issue. People would come back and call, and he would always be there. Shalom Bayit was very important to him.
He was the ideal of a Sephardic rabbi for us, and obviously much more than that for his children, for his wife, and as a person in general. Obviously a big chacham, someone that they should be very, very, very proud of, and someone that without a doubt is doing his job just as well as he did it here.
Inclusive venía a la oficina mía para que estudiáramos. Estudiamos Rabbi Dessler. Muy buenos los estudios que tenemos. Lo otro que siempre me gustaba oír era el shiur en Shabbat, en el mediodía en la sinagoga. Precioso, porque cuando comenzaba algo, sabía cómo comenzarlo y sabía cómo, después de llevarnos a todo el mundo con su explicación, por todas las ideas que quería, hacer el cierre perfecto. Y de verdad que no todos los rabinos tenían esa cualidad.
Every Purim, I would see him, the Gemara says, Nichnas yain yotza sod. When wine comes in, wine goes in, the hidden, the true hidden part of a person, what he really is, comes out. But it's interesting that it was only enhanced. It was not like you saw a different person that you didn't see all the time, but it was just enhanced to the nth degree. He was always full of love and joy and smiles. But here he just couldn't stop. It was pouring out of him.
He was a person of genuine integrity. It wasn't that he was just observed halacha. He was a person with a strong moral compass and loyalty and integrity, a person you could trust, and a person that he wasn't just going through laws. He lived and was that reality. Yosef HaTzadik, I would think this is a very appropriate way to define him.
For me, in Miami, he was a tzaddik. For me, I don't know what people will say about that. He was a tzaddik. I don't know tzaddikim. I don't know a lot of people here. But for me, he was a tzaddik. For me, HaShem took the best.
He left us a map, and we're supposed to take this route. This is like, we feel like this is our mission, to continue in the same way that he left us, not to try to change anything, not to try to do other things or things like that. It's just like we're led at the same, with that power that he left behind.
He was Adam Gadol, a great man. In his midot, in his avodat Hashem, in his relationship ben adam lamakom and ben adam lahavero, between Hashem and his fellow men. A person who, despite his short life in this world, left a great legacy, lived a Shem Tov, And without a doubt, from Gan Eden, he will be watching everyone in a positive way and praying for their success, for the growth, and for them to achieve each goal accordingly.
Rabbi Oziel Zatzal's life was a beautiful, beautiful shir. It was a beautiful melody, a beautiful and melodious song, one that I, the Rabbanim, his shul, the community, South Florida and Klal Yisrael benefit from his shir, his song. And on that day that Rabbi Oziel was nifter, that shir was silenced. That song that he sang so eloquently was silenced. But I Be'ezras Hashem, hope and pray to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We know that with the coming of Mashiach, we will merit a shir chadash, a new song, and we'll merit Tchias HaMesim, and we'll merit the final redemption. And let's merit that shir chadash, that song once again will be sung in the days of Mashiach with the Gula Shalema, together with all of our leaders, and we'll be able once again to hear that shir from Rabbi Oziel.
אני מברך אותך שתמשיכי לעלות מעלה ולעשות חיל. וכדי שתזכי לסייעתא דשמיא, זכרי להציב את השם לנגדך תמיד, על כל צעד ושעל.